Greetings, Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada. Get ready? Prepare for blastoff.
Victor Death Starfighters, my name is Carlin Jones, and this is a Starfighter full movie podcast. And today we are going to talk about, experience the entire movie of the 2000 Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Now, this movie, okay, not only did I try to memorize what the title is called, because I have a bit of a story with this movie as a kid, because I remember watching it in theaters, but I did not want to watch it, and I don't remember anything from the movie whatsoever. And I know that this movie is so critically acclaimed and it's praised and so much, but there is something inside of me as a child that I just didn't care. I didn't care, and I didn't want to watch this movie. So when I was a little kid, I remember one day that my parents came to me, my brother, and they were like, "Oh, we have such a surprise for you. We're going to go to the movies. We're going to see something." And it was supposed to be a surprise, but we're going to go see it in the theaters. And I thought it was, I don't remember what movie I was thinking it was, but I thought it was something completely else. Something that I definitely wanted to see, but it wasn't. It was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And mind you, as a kid, I love martial arts movies. I grew up on Jackie Chan movies, which inspired me in a good percentage of why I wanted to do film and go into film. But I don't know. I just, for some reason, something ticked in my head and says, this movie is not for me. I don't think I'm going to enjoy this. I don't think this is a martial arts movie that kids could get into. Or at least that's just how I viewed it at a very young age that I was. But I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's just my parents took me to go see it, and throughout the entirety of the movie, I felt like I was pouting. I was just daydreaming. I was doing everything but watching the movie. I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. I didn't want to understand it. I just didn't care. As a little kid, I just didn't care. Now, granted, I also cold-heartedly believe that a human being should watch a movie when they feel like they are ready to watch the movie, whatever movie it is, or show. And what I mean by that is, for an example, a lot of people are telling me, go watch Wolf on Wall Street. It's a fantastic movie. It's a great movie. Go watch it. And I like Leonardo DiCaprio as an actor. I think he's freaking amazing and awesome. I mean, that movie Basketball Diaries is one of the best acting performances I've seen. But yeah, people are just telling me, go watch this movie. But honestly, deep in my heart, I don't want to watch that movie. I just don't. At this point in my life and where I am, I feel like I don't need to watch that movie. I don't need to go out of my way to check it out. If I'm at a certain place in my life, or if I feel like I need something extra, something more, or something different to watch, and I just happen to say, you know what? I think I'm going to watch Wolf on Wall Street. Then at that point in time in my life, that's when I'm ready to watch that movie. Not when everyone is just telling me to go watch something and I'm just like, okay, fine, I'll watch it. I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm not going to enjoy it the way I'm supposed to enjoy movies. So that's how I felt about Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I felt like this movie was exposed to me at an age where I was not ready to see it, where I did not want to see it. And I do believe that movies, no matter if someone doesn't want to see them or not interested or whatever, I do feel like movies will find a way to be relevant in someone's life for later on, to be like, hey, now you should watch this movie. So maybe today, of all days, it is the opportunity to watch Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Because I do love martial arts movies. I'm huge on them. I just love everything. But also, I do remember as a kid watching all those, I do remember watching them fight, and they're flying and shit. And I was like, what the fuck are they doing? I don't know. We're going to get into it because honestly, Listen, I have all the hopes for this movie. I do people still talk about this movie? That's the thing too. It's just I know one of the actresses, Michelle Yeoh or Yo. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing her name right. I kind of grew up with her movies too because she was also on Super Cop with Jackie Chan. Love that movie. She was also in a movie with Michelle Chang called The Silver. I forgot what it was called, but it was something about female superheroes kind of fighting crime in a city, and that was really cool. But yeah, she's so awesome, and she's fantastic. She's a great martial artist and also a great actress as well. But so I think it'll be cool to see her in it. I mean, other than that, I'm looking forward to the action scenes. I'm looking forward to the story. Not looking forward to the subtitles because I don't do movie with subtitles, honestly. Kind of just don't have time for it. The only movie I did watch with subtitles, and that was amazing, was Summer, Spring, or was it Spring, Summer, Fall, Winter, and Spring Again. But that movie barely used its subtitles. It was all just about emotions and how people are living their everyday lives, which is fantastic. Highly recommend that movie. So yeah, but let's get right into let's get right into the movie. I mean, if you're listening to this on the podcast wherever you find your podcast, feel free, if you have the movie, you can listen along with me as commentary, or if you are on YouTube, kind of just do the same thing, I guess. The movie will be playing, but you can't really tell what's happening because obviously I don't own anything. So yeah, let's get right into this movie. Okay, I'm gonna start this movie in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's also weird recording next to my TV because it always makes this popping noises after I turn it off. It's so annoying. This is weird too. Oh, there's like just complete silence, and I thought there's something wrong. I was actually talking to my friend the other day, who's also going to be on the podcast, later episode. She was telling me on how much she loves this movie, but she hates the ending because it's like super depressing. I told her I can't wait. I cannot wait. I love sad endings if it does the movie justice. If it actually, holds up to the story. Oh no. Well, this is going to be interesting. I have no subtitles on here, and I can't change it. I can't change it, and I have no subtitles. Okay. I've always hated subtitles anyway. I've always hated it. Here goes my TV again. This movie is also not even available on the other streaming platforms, which I'm kind of like, what? Because then I would just watch it there. Oh, it's on stars. I don't have stars. Fuck that. Alright, I hate subtitles anyway. Let's do it. Even like with subtitles, I've always tried not to read them. That's how much I hate subtitles. Maybe I must be talking about something important. There's a lot of talking heads at this point. Oh, my TV is so annoying. So, if I'm just making an observation and I'm just going off of people's body language and emotions, I'm thinking that she's going to transport this magical sword, or not magical, but a sword to someone important or someone of significance. Pretty. Oh, I was right. I don't need subtitles. You know, a few months ago, I also watched The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. And prior to watching that movie, I always thought it was like, because obviously I've never seen it at the time, and I was always thought like, how is The Last Samurai like a white dude? Like, this is crazy. And I watched it, and I'm like, oh, this is a really good film. But I still wonder why, out of all the people who survived, it was this white guy. Absolutely crazy. I always wanted to learn Chinese or Mandarin. I think they're speaking Mandarin. Well, I really want to learn how to speak Shanghainese because Shanghai is like my all time is on my all time list of places to go. Okay. So maybe that sword isn't for him. It's for someone else. But within the vicinity, I'm guessing. This TV, I swear to God. I have no idea why it does that. It's a cool sword. It reminds me of anyone ever played Soul Calibur. It reminds me of Soul Calibur 2. I forgot her name. Oh, Chunghwa. That's her name. Chunghwa. She kind of has a sword very similar to that. And she practices the water dance. So cool. Now, another thing, I really want to learn how to make swords too. That would be really cool. Like the artsmanships and the craft to really make a blade of that caliber. Like, let's say you have all the materials you need and you can make any type of weapon you want. That would be so cool. I would make like the coolest freaking samurai blade or like a modern, probably like a sword from like the comic book hero blade. The sword looks a little bit wobbly. It looks super light though, which is good. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to fix this TV. Bear with me. Okay. Cinematography of this movie is a little bit off. But it doesn't seem like a super big budget film, and it's kind of like filmed like a student film in a bit. Like just in terms of like establishing shots, dialogue scenes, trying to show what's important to the audience. It's kind of filmed very basic. Granted, I know this is about like over 20 years ago now, or 21 years to be exact, but still, if something like Alien can come out in 79 or 78 and look like it just came out today, then I don't think there's an excuse, especially when you got a big enough budget. So it is wobbly. Is it still like really sharp? Well, I would imagine. But even if it's sharp, you're not expecting to stab someone with that, right? All you gotta do is wear some armor. Okay, I can see why I didn't like this movie as a child. This is just all talking. Wow, that is sharp. Yeah, I'm sure kids are on snooze control this movie so far. Right? Because it's not like there's just nothing, and I'm sure like, oh, not everything has to be explosions and fighting every freaking 5 minutes, and I 100% agree with that. I definitely would want that, but just something that's more enticing to the audience, or at least to me, in terms of like, I don't know, just like even the lighting is kind of basic in itself, and the wardrobe, clearly we can tell what time period and where they are in the world, but although it's nothing that like stands out. You know what I mean? And again, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just I don't know. Well, clearly, if this movie gotten so much praise, it couldn't have been from everything that I'm seeing right now, right? It's got to be something else. I also feel like if you were to watch this with subtitles, you would miss like the little gestures that the actors make when they're like showing disapproval about certain things, or if they're trying to hide something, hide facial expressions. In a sense, I feel like that's totally missed with subtitled movies. Uh oh, here we go. I 100% believe this is what ninjas were like. They were this quiet whenever they moved around. I 100% believe that. She probably didn't have to do anything. She probably could have just like crouched down. He wouldn't have saw her. What? I was gonna guess if that was her. I think that's her. What is that? Oh, it's not her. All right, never mind. I don't know who it is. I don't think it's the other woman we were exposed to, the really young one who was having her hair groomed. I don't get it. Why can't he do that? You know what I mean? Like these women are basically flying right now. But you better get your ass on those rooftops and fight with her. Like I don't get what the fuck this is. I see this is I think I remember this as a kid and I was just like, what are they doing? What in the world are they doing right now? If I wanted to see this, I would just watch Dragon Ball Z. Clearly this woman's a master on her own. But whoever this ninja is, she was trained pretty good too. There's always someone better. I always find that crazy in movies and TV shows when it's like about fighting or whatever. You can have someone who's like strong too, but then obviously there's someone a lot stronger. But the person who's like weaker, they could probably take over an entire village with their with their strength and their abilities. What is there no physics, no laws of physics in this world? Clearly, you just need to face her and just open field and see her try to do all that wall climbing down. This is clearly a stalemate. I also hate this in movies too. When two people are fighting and clearly no one is winning, then all right, it's just a stalemate. Just stop fighting at this point. How the hell did she get that? Wait, why did you stop? Why did what? Why did she stop chasing them? Did they check what's her name bedroom? I think it was what's her face. The younger character. Okay, we're gonna try and go after these people. If we kind of know where they head off to. Oh, is that a drawing of them? We never even saw her face. I'll just profiling at this point. Right? They never saw her face. They just drew up like a random Chinese lady. That could be anybody. Or I guess anyone that just looks like that, I guess, but even think about it, bro. Call for backup. Are we sure it's not her? I think it's her. Look, she's so calm throughout all this. Whoops. It's kind of reminded me, like, I kind of wish I was watching this in school. Like, if I was still in high school or middle school or whatever. I just remember watching movies with everyone. It was just so funny, and everyone was just making fun of it. People are wondering what the hell is happening in a movie. They just keep talking during it. It's so funny. Yeah, why is she so happy? You know, something was stole here last night. Yeah, this is not a movie for kids, bro. I don't know why my parents thought this would be a good thing to. Well, I mean, I was watching a lot of Jackie Chan movies back then. Uh, Jet Li was huge. Of course, I've seen like Bruce Lee movies as well from what my uncle and my dad would show me. Um, I mean, I was so big on martial arts movies, but maybe that's why they thought I would be interested in this. But like, come on, it's just talking heads. What I have a feeling they're talking about family. Now I don't know if Eastern movies are usually made this way, like movies from China. If it's really just like this, like every film was just like talking heads, this and that, some visuals, blah 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 blah. I don't. I just don't think that's what makes exciting cinema in any genre. Now, granted, like films here in America, I would say the thing that's like probably stands out the most, and they always put in every single film, no matter the genre, is like sex appeal, which is like super annoying to see in movies, right? And that's one thing I can say that's cool about this movie. It doesn't really appeal towards sex. You know what I mean? Like clearly, this is a young, beautiful woman that they're showing here, and but they'll let you gradually come to that conclusion that like, oh, she's pretty, right? Rather as they when you first see her, she's wearing like such a tight outfit or an outfit that's revealing something and all that stuff that lets you know she's young, she's attractive. And that's super annoying in movies in America. And they do it with everything, no matter the genre and no matter what rated it is. You watch something like Dora the Explorer, the movie, funny movie. It's a good movie. But Dora, the girl who's playing Dora, and this is supposed to be like them in high school or whatever, right? They totally sexualize Dora the Explorer, and it's like so weird to look at. It's creepy. Very creepy. They can get away with that kind of stuff. What? How are they catching that? It's like everyone in this movie has superpowers without knowing they have superpowers. Why does that guy look familiar? He's clearly been in things. I just can't think of it. Okay, so what I think is going on is I think that previous scene that we saw with Michelle's character talking to the younger lady, I think she was kind of like asking her how she's doing and then kind of like asking her questions. Do you know what happened? Do you might know who anyone who might have done this? And she's starting to get a little bit of suspicious about, you know, what she's been doing this entire time with her family and such, right? So now fast forward, she has this paper, right, of, I guess, of what the perpetrator looks like. And now she's asking this guy, and I think she's asking him also about the girl. I just want to call her Princess. Can I just call her like the Princess? Trying to think of like some of the really good foreign movies I've seen over the last few years in Asia. I mean, not spring, summer, fall, spring, or fall, summer, and winter, and spring again. Sorry, I'm mumbling it. It's a long title. But that movie was incredible. Absolutely incredible. It was so good that I watched it twice, and then I made my brother watch it, and he loves it. He loved it too. That's not her. She didn't do that. She didn't look that young in the face. Or the other girl looks more young in the face. What the hell? Okay, first off, if y'all try to rush an old woman and she doing this type of shit, clearly y'all need to back off from the fight. She's been waiting for this opportunity, clearly. Yeah, this is not an old woman to fuck with, clearly. I mean, no, this is like trying to fight Master Splinter. Yeah, just call it a day, boys. What is she doing? You're not even helping. No, don't even try. Nope. Don't even try to shoot that thing over here. Everyone's moving too hard or too fast. This is so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. This is so weird. Well, I can tell you a foreign film I definitely didn't like, and I recorded it for the podcast with my friend Noor. It was, what is it called again? Filthy rich Asians. That movie can go fuck itself. So what type of technique is he doing to now where he's totally the better martial artist than her? Is he just faster? Why couldn't the other guys do that? It's 2-on-1. It's her. Told you it wasn't the same lady. And she's got the sword. Now, y'all know y'all gonna lose. Y'all know y'all can't beat her. What? No. How did you not catch that? Of all the freaking. Didn't he catch like a dart the other day? Or earlier this day? That was like super fast, super quiet, and he couldn't catch or move out the way out of his own spear? Amazing. It's like a fucking axe in his head. He's not bleeding. Incredible. So precise with the cut. This movie is like such buffoonery. I don't I don't know how anyone could watch this and take it serious. This is very interesting. Oops, my phone's on. This is such a drag. It's like they do this action sequence, right? They have some little upbeat to the film, and then they revert back to this talking heads, non-cinematic, no amazing, nothing, just boring cinematics of just talking heads. I'm telling you, it's her. I know it's her. She's the only one that looks young in this film. I mean, that other girl looks young, but clearly she was there also with the the thief, so it's not her. Again, I this is the funniest thing in the world to me when they drop 40 feet in the air and it's just as if like a cotton ball just lands on the ground. Why are they like the only people who can freaking fly? This is so weird, bro. They didn't establish any of this shit and it's just happening. That's most likely why all these type of scenes happen at night, because it's just like easier to do CGI to it. You know, it's less noticeable. Oh. And I honestly wouldn't even say the martial arts is like freaking amazing in this film. Like, it's good, but it's like, what's the point of it if like everyone has the same fucking power level and it's just it's like no one wins each fight. uh it's like no one wins each fight, and then there's such inaccurate readings in terms of like who's fighting who and why aren't they better at fighting them, or more, I guess, stagnant of fighting this person than the other person, right? Because it kind of like bases off a power level at this point. For the two guys to fight the grandma, and they're like can't even touch her, and they're just like, oh, what are we gonna do, like how are we gonna beat her? And then this guy comes out of nowhere and he just freaking destroys the grandma, and it's like, all right, well, clearly he's just on another level than these other two guys, right? But then you kind of sense that this chick here is probably stronger than the grandma and the other two guys, but yet probably the same level as the other woman, the older woman, Michelle's character. It's just weird and it's confusing, and it leads to nothing, in my opinion, the fighting in this movie. And I know that's what's supposed to be like the main thing, right? So that's just disappointing. Not even halfway there. We're almost there. Almost halfway. Almost. Oh, she fucked up your entire nerve. Well, wait, I was right, right? I was right. It was her. See, that was easy. Easy guess. guessing she admitted to her that she's been doing wrong, and then now she's saying there's no place for you here, maybe? Or maybe, there'll always be a place for you here, but you're no longer a member of this family. Maybe that's what she's saying. Also, another thing too that I don't know, I kind of think about is like when you can fight like that, who gives a fuck what weapon you have? You can have like a wooden sword. I'm sure you would still mess. I'm sure you'd still be a lot better than people, and they still can take you down. So that's just me, though. Is this the water dance? Because I feel like this is what that Shang Yu was doing, or Shang Chi was doing in Soul Calibur too. I'm gonna look it up. Couldn't find anything. Also, another thing I want to bring up too, regardless if the movie has subtitles or not, I feel like as every job's film to every scene that you see a should give off information about the scene, or more information about the movie characters or whatever. It should give you information to progress the act even more. Act 1, act 2, act 3. And god, it must be hard to do that with this film if it's just talking heads. I'm trying to get comfortable. What? Who's that? Maybe a brother? Nope, I guess not. Well, you don't know. You never know. It could be a brother still. No, sure, ex lover maybe. I would never forget that episode of Smart Guy from Disney Channel when they were like, they see Marcus's girlfriend hanging out with another guy at the mall, and then Mo tells the dad, and he's like, "Look, that's Marcus's girl. She's with some guy." And he's like, "Well, you don't know. It could be her brother." And then they started making out. And he's like, well, maybe they're from the deep south." uh, Way to let them know you're coming. Element of surprise is off the charts. Poor horses. They're going through so much stress right now. What happened to the lady behind her? Wow, look how well trained that horse is. You're a perfectly good bow. Is this supposed to be play fighting? How romantic. I don't understand how a movie can be this highly regarded and it's so fucking boring. They literally kicked the shit out of him. Kicked the shit out of him too. Right, watering or riding these horses throughout the desert. I'm sure these horses need some water. They're about to die. Oh, you need water, but your horse doesn't. You need water. You didn't do anything. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know if that's supposed to be like romantic or any. This doesn't seem romantic at all. It seems like abuse. Like they're in a very abusive, toxic relationship. Now we are halfway through the movie. This movie needs to pick up. It's not even like a pick up. It's like an hour in, and this is the same pace. Make sure you grab the extra water. If there is any. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of another really good movie. Well, I mean, not another, because I don't think this is a good movie. But this reminds me of that Disney movie with Vigo. I forgot his last name. But it's called Hidalgo, with the horse and the race, and they're all in the desert. It's such a good movie. That was awesome. That movie was awesome. Man, they don't make Disney movies like that anymore. It's just like a random movie of a tale between a person and their pet animal. They just go on this adventure. Wait, how did he find her? What's today's date? Dude, you could not tell me people in the movie theaters were not falling asleep to this movie. Damn, I wish I was old enough for when I first watched this movie. I was cautious, or not cautious. I guess just self-aware of how other people were watching the movie. That's one of the reasons why I love going to the movie theaters too, just to see how other people react to whatever's going on in the film. And sometimes, like, I watch people to see if they're reacting to it in a way that maybe they should or should not. I don't know where the fuck this movie is trying to take us with its story. Oh, my mic. I don't know what it's trying to do. At this point, it's just like, well, clearly this is like a flashback, I think, between how these two met. But do any of us care? Like, we were in the middle of a story of like her portraying her family by stealing a sword, and we're trying to figure out why she's doing that. And I'm guessing maybe they're gonna tell us why, and it probably has to do with this guy too. But there's got to be better ways to explain this story. Sometimes I feel like no one can die in this movie. Besides that guy who got hit in the head with his own like axe or whatever. I feel like if you try to hurt someone, they would just immediately just block it. You try to stab someone with a knife, they'll just block it with their foot. Is this supposed to be romantic? Like, what the fuck is going on? Why on earth would my parents take me to go see this as a child? This is so weird. I'm gonna text my brother tomorrow. I'm gonna ask him if he remembers watching that movie or this movie, and if he liked it when he first saw it. Jesus Christ, this movie is just all over the place. And I don't think not having subtitles doesn't do anything, because think about it. All this movie offers you, is just this weird type of Matrix fight scenes, which are kind of awkward in itself. And then the whole movie is just talking heads. What is that? Am I just reading throughout the entire movie? Like, my girlfriend's always trying to tell me, like, just read the subtitles, read the subtitles. Like, I don't want to read. Like, I don't want to read that much if I'm watching a movie. Like, I want to pay attention to the visuals. I want to pay attention to the facial expressions the actors are making, or what type of, how they're delivering the subtext. I want to focus on the lighting. I want to focus on the directing and just, like, the little subtle things, not just words on the screen that pop up after every little word the character says. And especially when certain words aren't important, right? It's not how you say it or it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. I don't know. By far, this film needed a different director, and they need to fire whoever wrote it, because I feel like half of the script doesn't need to be in this film. Where did you get the black horse from? Wasn't she on like a white horse? Like earlier? Or I guess technically days ago, maybe? Goodness. I think I'd rather watch an algebra video. How to do fucking algebra than this at this point. What a weird relationship. I feel like this started like how kids start relationships in a park with them just hitting each other. Thinking each other are gross, but really they like each other. This movie is a lot. I can't. I don't even know what to tell you. It's even like a struggle to stay awake. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Now they're back to the present. Thank God. All right, finally some visuals. That looks cool. What? No, let me guess. It's a note. Doesn't sound like he's struggling. Alright, well, clearly this guy can't fly. I'm trying to remember which friend do I know that doesn't like Star Wars. Maybe we can do that for an episode of the podcast. I love me some Star Wars. Oh my goodness, I love it. I've been so out of Star Wars as of lately. After those sequels movies, that kind of killed it for me. Clearly, these people don't care about Star Wars, and it's just about the money, which is very unfortunate. Because before Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney, a lot of people forget to realize that Star Wars is like an independent movie. Like, they're independent movies, and clearly just made for, obviously, nice to get money, right? But clearly just made for the love and just for, for what fans want to see. But these sequels fucking killed that. Oh my goodness. Who the hell she thinks she talking to like that? Guys, clearly you're not on the same power level as her, so don't even try. I honestly could not tell you what made this movie. So, how this movie made money. I honestly wish it wasn't so late at night so I can ask people why do they like this movie. Or you know what? I'm sure Twitter knows. Someone's always awake on Twitter. I think as a kid I remember like a huge fight scene here. Could be wrong though. Wait, why are they trying to fight her? Just let her finish her food. Jesus Christ. Alright, clearly he can't fly. Y'all just saw what she did to your homeboy? Why were y'all trying to fight that? Clearly y'all can't take her. She literally just kicked your friend's ass without getting out of her chair. Makes no sense why someone will want that kind of smoke. This movie just has fight scenes just to have them at this point. I feel like it serves nothing to the story. Absolutely nothing. Put that dude's mouth up. I don't know. You give any other Jackie Chan fight scene, it's so much better than what I've seen so far. A lot of people seem to love this movie. I don't know why. I do not understand. I just don't get it. Yeah, this is. I don't know what I don't know what to tell you. And God is almost over. 30 minutes left. Clearly, she doesn't like what the other lady just said. Someone on Twitter said this movie is about love. Where? No, please don't fight each other. I don't understand why people would just why even try and fight them. They clearly can't die. They're on some other Dragon Ball Z shit. Can't wait to watch this fight of people not getting the best out of each other. It's just going to be a one big fucking draw. You would think the other older woman is not faster than the younger girl, right? It's just weird. I still don't know why they're fighting, and I have no idea what this movie has to do with love. This is quite the opposite. This movie has to do with war and everyone hating each other, which is why they fight each other every day. This is one of those things where I kind of explained it in my other podcast episode, where it's like Cowboy Bebop, the anime. Where everyone's saying like this is arguably the greatest anime ever made because it takes every other anime takes from it, and it's a story, the characters, all this stuff, and then you watch it. Obviously, like 20 years later, 30 years later, when it's made, and it's just like the fucking same as every other anime, so you can't really appreciate it. But looking at it, it's like pretty fucking boring compared to everything else. Is that what the case is? As in, like, this movie is like way ahead of its time, but every other martial arts movies that I've seen up to this point is taken from this to the point where I can't appreciate it anymore, really. Which makes me believe that the movie didn't really age that well, or maybe it has. I don't know. I don't understand how that thing is cutting through all this material if it's so freaking bendable. You know, I tell you that was a waste of a fight scene. They're just equal. They're clearly just equals. None of these women are breaking a sweat. You know, a fight scene I really like that I feel like had a lot of emotion. Star Wars Episode 1. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Maul. I don't know why. I fucking love that fight scene. Oh, great. This has nothing to do with you, bro. It's an AB conversation. See your ass out of it. It's the only reason why she. What the? She's flying. Well, she's literally flying. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen, bro. This is like. I don't get it. Maybe I just don't understand it. Someone has to explain to me why this movie is so good. Someone has to explain to me why he's balancing on a fucking branch. Take the battle to the ground. I don't want to be up here. See, that was kind of cool visuals. I kind of like that. What are we? Hour and 37 minutes in, and they finally just show something that I like. This makes no fucking sense, bro. Yeah, her legs are wobbling. She looks like any puppet from like the Dark Crystal. What are you doing? Just cut the branch off. He's gonna go flying. Yeah, physics doesn't exist here. I think the world is so polluted at this point that the gravity is just. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to explain. This is so freaking weird. What in the hell is that? It's that old lady. Oh, sorry for the noise. This movie is crazy, man. Yeah, not. This is not a movie for kids. Granted, I'm an adult now, but I still feel like this is not a movie for me. Uh, okay. What? Oh, that surprise attack clearly didn't go the way she wanted it to. Ooh, she got your ass. It's over for you. Thank God. You're like a freaking demigod walking around here, waiting for someone to freaking knock you out. Why do I have a feeling that this is really her mom and she has no idea until now? Just beyond me what's fucking happening. 12 minutes left. Or 13 minutes left in this movie. Let me guess, he's about to make like an antidote or something for the other guy. Or maybe not. Of all the people to die, it's the guy who was seemingly unbeatable in fights. Well, it's news to me that they had romantic intentions with each other. News to me, they never looked at each other like that. Well, don't blame her. She didn't want to be found. Should have just not searched for her. I just want to talk to someone who really likes this movie. Is he like humping her or just hugging her? Oh, clearly humping. You're like in bed, right? But one thing about Chinese culture back then, everyone was in comfort. Every outfit you see is basically uh, sleeping robes. Like, it's basically pajamas. That's like playing Ghost of Tsushima and you can wear that Rowan outfit. You're just killing people in comfort. That's basically what you're doing. What? It's still blowing my mind that people are flying in this movie. And I think it's just blowing my mind every time I see it because they just never established that. All right, that's the movie. Thank God that shit fucking ended. I'm sorry. Listen, this is probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And I have to be public with this. Have to. Granted, I know I didn't watch it with subtitles. I know I didn't. You know, when people say, well, you're watching the movie the wrong way, you're watching this wrong way, I can pretty confidently say I'm pretty sure maybe I watched this movie the wrong way. But I really don't like subtitles. So that would have threw me off with this movie anyway. But this movie was incredibly boring. Incredibly boring. Visuals were very subpar. The martial arts sequences, I think the martial arts sequences were well done, but it didn't add anything to the story nor to the scenes itself, right? It's just really, really good kind of fancy fighting. But each of the fighting styles, each of the moves, each of the weapons used by the characters didn't really add any emotion to me. It didn't really tell me who they were as a person, right? Because when you watch certain martial arts movies, and I'm not saying every martial art movie needs to do this, but when you watch certain people fight, you watch certain people, act on their emotions or whatever, that tells you about their personality, right? If this younger girl's character was naive and selfish or whatever, maybe that shows in her fighting, that she's always rushing into battle or always on the offense, never on the defense, or just something that the martial arts can tell me about these characters, or at least tell me about the setting that they're in. It just did absolutely nothing to me. And I had no idea why the fuck people are flying in this movie. That is just absolutely crazy. Why are they flying? This is stupid. You know what? Every cop movie I see from now on, every military movie, army movie, war movie, whatever, I want soldiers flying. I want people with guns flying in midair, jumping 30 feet in the air. That's all I want to see from now on. I don't think the acting was bad, but then again, I thought the movie in itself was still stale. It was just so stale. It was just so talking heads. This movie was shot in film like a freaking Lifetime movie. One of those romantic comedies that's just boy meets girl. You see girl in her normal day life. Girl talks to boy some more. Boy talks to family or the best friend about the girl. And it's just talking heads, right? It's just tic-tac, tic-tac, tic-tac. There's nothing exciting, nothing really different about it. So I even texted my brother and asked him, do you remember watching this movie as a kid, and did you like it? And he said, and this is what he just texted me just now, he said, I think I fell asleep. I really want to understand what people were watching when they saw this film. I want to understand why people like it so much. Why is this movie on such a fucking pedestal? It makes absolutely no sense to me. And granted, I love these genres. These genres are for, I actually really do like the martial arts genre, the Asian movie, drama, action type. Like, I absolutely love these movies, and I watch these movies a lot. But this movie seriously did not resonate with me, like, at all. Now, granted, for the podcast in itself, I watch movies I don't like, and I try to find an appreciation for them. There's a lot of things to appreciate in this movie, just off rip. I mean, for starters, obviously, I wasn't very conscious of this as a kid, but it's pretty awesome to go to a movie theaters in America, a mainstream movie theaters, and see a mainstream, or I keep saying mainstream, but I would say a primetime showing of a movie, and it's all Asian actors. I think that's pretty freaking phenomenal, and I think that's really awesome. Which I don't remember the last time we've ever got that in theaters, besides of what just happened a few months ago with Shang-Chi, the latest Marvel movie, which I've still never seen that movie. But yeah, I just don't get it. And he even said, when texting me, he thought the fighting scenes were dope, but it was a lot of dialogue, and I think there were subtitles. Yeah, this movie would have even been a lot worse if I would have tried to read all those subtitles. Absolutely a lot worse. I can't stand it. But yeah, I just don't. I think I'm going to call my friend tomorrow, because she seems to really like this movie, and I want to figure out why. To the life of me, I feel like I'm going to lose my brain. I'm going to lose my freaking mind and not be able to sleep at night until I figure out and try to truly understand why someone really likes this movie. Now, again, I can appreciate this movie for what it is and what it's doing, right? I love the representation in the movie. I'm always willing to watch something with martial arts and action scenes, right? I always love how that's choreographed. I love how that's done. There's so much hard work that goes into it. It's beautiful. I understand that. But the directing was pretty shit, if you ask me. Once again, I think the acting is fine. I don't really blame these actors for what they're being told to do, and what they try to bring to the table to this film is mostly just acting. I would have loved to see more scenery from the I would imagine this is filmed in China, from some of the beautiful places that are out there. I would love to see more sceneries, except for them always being inside of a interior of just people just talking heads. That is absolute crazy to me. Yeah, I don't know. I really need to hear somebody talk about this film for me. Really need to hear it. Because I just don't understand at all. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's all I got. That's all I got for this movie. It is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I honestly don't know what else to say at this point. But yeah, that was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Don't know why the fuck it's called that. Excuse my language. For anyone listening to this and they're just probably just listening to me thinking like, clearly this movie's not for you. This clearly just not your movie. Clearly it is not. But I really want to understand and talk to someone who this movie is for and why they resonate with it so well. So I'm going to spend all my day tomorrow and maybe staying up really late at night trying to find someone to talk to about this movie, because I seriously need to. I actually have a really good director friend who I'll actually text. Well, it's pretty late. I'll probably text him in the morning. I'm going to text him and see how he feels about this film, because he is such a movie lover. So yeah, I'm gonna see how he feels about that. But yeah, this movie. I mean, I don't rate these movies. This is not a review. This is not in terms of me rating. It's just me finding an appreciation, and I can appreciate this movie for what it is, and for what it's trying to do, and I appreciate the representation of it again. And I mean, I guess there is something. I felt like when the man and the woman were fighting on the trees, and then they were like kind of like both going down at the same time, and you can kind of see like leaves, or I guess the branches in their eyes in a sense, or you look in between the branches and you can see them kind of looking at each other. I thought there was something very tranquil about that scene, and something very peaceful, but yet lets you know something intense is happening. And I really love that. I really like that about this film. I just wish I could have saw more of that, or just at least saw it throughout the film. I don't know. It's absolutely crazy to me. But I'll end it there because I'm gonna go bonkers. Absolutely fucking bonkers thinking about this movie and what the fuck it was trying to accomplish. But yeah, that's the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be on the podcast, please reach out to me. If you are on, just look on YouTube and look up this podcast, and you can leave a comment below. Shout out to the people who are listening to this and watching it on YouTube, and shout out to anyone on a streaming software, or excuse me, streaming app, listening to it as well, or wherever you get your podcast from. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. But until then, victory or death, Starfighters.